Watch this.
Oh my God. If this is real, what will come from this and the implications from what I'm about to share with you will have an absolute world-shattering impact. A dangerous bioterror alert. How this is not on the breaking news around our planet, if this is true, is beyond my ability to understand. The implications of what we're seeing here are absolutely world-shattering. On May 26th at 5:18 p.m., with over 1 million views since its posting, the Russian Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the official account of the Russian government, here is what we are talking about, posted a social media account of reported bioweapons and research that was found in American-led and American-funded weapons facilities. The post has Russian government declassified documents, including 3 different reported U.S. projects named UP4, P444, and Project Flu Flyaway. Of the projects, there are particularly horrifying details. Now, I'm going to remind you that right now we are in a war with Russia. This includes a war for information. It includes a war of misinformation. It is an economic war, and it is a kinetic and physical war through Ukraine. We do need to look at all the information that we are presented with, and we need to make sound decisions. I also want to remind you that we are in the middle of the world's largest outbreak of an avian influenza virus that for the first time in history in our world has had a sustained chain of transmission after crossing a species barrier into mammals from birds.
Seems to me like everything the leaked document said is literally happening right now.
We are seeing a massive loss of life in sea life and affected mammal species such as dogs, cats, large cats, ferrets, and when exposed, large sets of rat and mice populations. I'm talking absolutely massive losses. So looking at that, I want you to also consider why Japan just acknowledged that the country, likely together with other nations, is stockpiling vaccines for up to 10 million of the country's most important people in case of a widespread avian influenza outbreak. Looking back at the Russian documents, we see Project UP4, which studies the reported spread of an avian influenza virus through migratory bird species, something that we have seen happen with avian influenza naturally, and something that could potentially be used as a carrying mode of transmission for something wholly unnatural. Next up, we have Project UP4. We see Project P444, which I'm going to refer to just as P4 for the sake of brevity. It is set up to monitor the spread of disease in different species of birds. Now after that, we have Project Flu Flyaway, which is said to study the spread, or maybe the spreading ability of a dangerous pathogen that would allow a new disease or a novel virus to spread through normal migration patterns as they happen across Europe and across other parts of our world, where they say a disease, once artificially introduced into a migratory bird species, could deposit itself into local environments through excrement droppings, bird-to-bird contact, or the use of shared watering areas. Then we have other projects that portray a willingness through military uses, potentially to unleash a pathogen. This is very dangerous stuff. Now, the Russian government, as we start to see some amount of people pick up on this, tweeted that they found human-engineered bioweapon samples at a U.S. Department of Defense-funded biolab. The update from the Russian Ministry of Defense on the biological crimes, as they call them, says that the military collected bioweapon samples from the Biosphere Reserve. It showed avian flu strains, ones with the ability to cross the species barrier, ones that held a human lethality rate of 40%. Now, I want you to begin to understand that if something is unleashed or just comes about naturally in the human population with a 40% fatality rate and 0 previous exposure, every single household in America will lose a life.